All right. It is the wee hours of Monday morning. Time to show up. I'm showing up. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate every single one of you. And do the little YouTube dance. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. I have a bunch of pose drawings from photo reference to do. My absolute least favorite thing to do in art is pose drawings from photo reference, especially when they're timed. These are supposed to be 2 to 3 minute drawings. I don't like this. I don't like doing this. And because I don't like doing it, it is almost certainly the exact thing that I ought to be doing more of. I don't like that. I don't like that part. I don't enjoy it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting at the moment. Is I got this idea in my head that about a month ago, toward the end of November, it wasn't October. But I took like a month and I did 3 30-day art challenges from Marc Brunet's YouTube channel. I did 3 of them all at the same time, and 2 of them I completed, and the third one I just kind of bailed in the last week. I was like, I don't wanna, and I'm not good at it, and I'm not gonna. And there's this thing in psychology called the Zeigarnik effect. And the Zeigarnik effect is that when you have started doing something and you don't finish it, it occupies your mind and your mind can't really get away from it. So I got to thinking about that, and I was just kind of scratching my head and going, maybe my general resistance to doing art is because my brain's still stuck in that open loop of, you started this challenge. You started a 30-day challenge, but you only did 24 days. So you've got that last week of the challenge to do, and you never did it. Well, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should finish that challenge. So I'm gonna try to do that, and I've got a series of things I need to do. I need to do the 15 quick pose drawings from photo reference. I need to do the same character head from reference at 5 slightly different angles. I need to make a character head using features from 5 different sources. I don't like that idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. The favorite character's body with the head for day 27. Okay, so I'll put this character head on Sonozaki Mion and see how that looks. I don't anticipate liking it very much. And then I'm supposed to dress up that character with elements from 5 references. And I've selected all of the references for this, and I've got all of the source material. So I've got shoes, trousers, shirt, jacket, and hat for the character to wear. And then I'm supposed to work on that for 2 days. So I basically, I do these pose drawings, and then I do the character head at 5 angles, and then I do a new character head, I put it on a body, and I dress up the body, and dressing up the body is something that apparently takes 2 days. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a basic sketch on the first day, where it's like figure out the pose and figure out what all's going on. And then on the last day, I'll try to render that out and make it look good. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But I feel like this is just a thing that I need to work on, a thing that I need to finish. So so I'm going to jump into that. I mean, it's going to take half an hour to 45 minutes, but let's actually get some fucking art done on this video. So I have my instructions up here in the corner. You can see it's the 6 things that I told you I have to work on, and that's what they are. And one of the things I'm going to be doing with this is kind of getting used to my tour box and trying to use it for some actual work. Okay, so okay, I see what's going on. I see what I was planning to do. All right. So I've got a layer to work on. Let's go ahead and we're talking about 2 minutes. So starting at the 6-minute mark. Okay, and body comes down about like this. And it's got a twist to it. Okay, this needs to be wider here. So we're going to come out wider over on this side, and we're going to come out wider over there. Oh, this is the soft pencil brush, so it's working. Semi-transparent mode, and it's harder to erase with. I don't want to work in the soft pencil brush. I want to work in horsehair. Okay, so let's work our way up here. And there's leg. Leg comes down like so. Again, we come up. We've got the twist in the body. We got the twist in the body, and here's the shoulder. Here's the other shoulder. Arm comes out to the side. Twisting in this direction, so it's kind of a twist there. Here, you can't really see his arm, but I'm going to anticipate that it's in kind of this position here. Head. Back of the neck there. Features. And now that's about 2 minutes. Okay, so we're going to take that. We're going to place it top of the pose reference, and we're going to see how well we did. I don't think we did very well. And, you know, it's not that bad. Let's colorize it and make it kind of a bluish color. Yeah, that works. All right. So, so there's that one. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And now let's move on to, let's turn off the pose reference, turn off that layer reference, and we'll create a new layer. We turn off that pose, and we move to the next one. Okay, so this one, we've got the heads pointed upward, like so, and here's the neck. Chest comes out from that, and we've got this kind of sweeping, we've got this sort of sweeping sense that comes down to the foot here. This leg is actually coming up, so got this sort of deep bend in the back, arm trailing behind. Arm up over the head. Come down, and then the front leg comes forward and down like so, and get this kind of thing. This doesn't have a very good flow to it. This, I think, is what people mean when I say a pose looks stiff. I think that does look stiff. I don't really like the look of that. But hey, it is what it is. Turn on the pose reference, Control T. Drag it into place. See how well we did there. Apply the transformation and see what we got there. Okay, I got that angle a little bit off. So there's some stuff to work on there. Okay, we'll turn that off, and we'll turn that off, and we'll turn off that pose. New layer, and this one. This is a fun one. It's facing the other direction, first of all. Head is down kind of low. Got the neck, and the arm comes down and out like so. This is kind of a dodge pose when you think about it. And that lat comes way farther down than you would expect. That's one of the things that you learn from this type of work that you don't learn from other stuff is where real human bodies do not behave the way you imagine human bodies behave. We have not got there's the swoop down into the leg, and there's and I'm down a little low, so this foot is not coming out perfect. But yeah, there we go. That's roughly the pose. Control T, escape. Turn on the pose reference. Control T, and pull that up into place, and we'll see if we get the knee where the knee goes, the head where the head goes. If we get about the right size, how close did I get? How good is this? It's not very good, actually. It's fairly distorted. Do it in blue, and then we jump in and look, then, it's not terrible. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Let's turn that one off. Now we've got this guy right here, and we're going to start right down here at the bottom. And foot, ankle, then let's sweep up here. And we've got the bulge of that thigh muscle there. And the bulge of that thigh muscle there, and then it comes down. Here's the curved foot. See, that is not the way that that is not the way I would have expected this to look. So this twist here, and then he's twisted off to the side. Kind of fanning the fingers. This over here. here. And here is the neck coming up the side and head. There. Here, there. Shadow there. And this neck is really, there's more to the neck expected. Okay, so I think that's a little bit off in terms of, yeah, over to here. More body there. There's more of a plane shift here. This should really come out farther. But, so let's colorize first, then we'll turn on the pose reference and Control T and drag this over into place. Get his foot in place there. Get the foot in place. Get the rest of the body, more or less. That's close. I'm not tremendously happy with it, but it is what it is. Let's turn that off. That off. Now, pose reference, and we got this deep perspective goth chick. And I do really like deep perspective. I think deep perspective looks really good. Let's jump in on this, and we will start with this big hunky boot. There's the boot, and here's the front of the shoe here. I'm not going to worry too much about representing clothing, and I'm not concerned with representing gun. Got the underside of the chin there, and then there's the head. Arms coming down here. Here's the hand. Pull across, back. There's a lean and a swoop that comes around behind here, and then the back leg, kind of so. I'm trying to get these more or less done in about 2 minutes. And that way, if I run long, it's not that big a deal. So, got that. We'll blue scale it. Turn on our pose reference. Control T. No. To also select that. Apply transformation. No. Do not select that. Control T. Just the one. Just the one, thank you. Drag this up and we'll try to get things more or less placed. I don't think I did a very good job here. This one is off lots of ways. But it's not terrible. So now we're going to see if I remember how to merge down. There we go. This one. Oh, it's because the rest of them are off. That, that, yeah, there. One, okay, there we go. So that's done. And okay. We got those kind of dragged together, and I'm gonna take these 6 right here. I'm going to create a folder and insert the layer, and I'm gonna call these finished. And yeah, that will make it easier. And we're going to move on to the next 5. I've done 5 of these. I don't like this exercise. I just don't like it. I don't feel like I do a good job at it. And I mean, I do learn stuff from it. I catch myself learning stuff from it. It's just one of those things where there's such resistance to getting started on it, you know? So let's jump into this. Let's jump into this one. And we'll start off with, okay, we're on 20 here. This is the one right here. Yep, this is the one. Okay, so I'm going to start up here, and we're just going to go, we're going to kind of pull this action line around the shoulders is kind of an S shape. And the action line around the legs kind of comes down over here. And then there's the balance is provided here. There's the sweep to the body. Yep, this comes up here. There's the booty. Well, depending on the color of your skin, either that's the booty or it's something else. The backyard. So here we have the shoulders are kind of the sort of stretching. And then there's the high shoulder blade. You can see here's the shoulder blade is swinging around and stretching forward, and here the shoulder blade is lifting up and out while also pushing in. And then we've got the head in front of that. Not much visible of the neck in there. And then here's the back hand. I'm not too fond of, I don't know. What I tried to do was just kind of be more gestury with this one. And I don't know if that was helpful. What's farther back there? The arms farther here. There's kind of a hollow there. Not happy with that. Layer color. Those reference. Control T. That down. That up. Good. Wow, like really, really bad. I did not do well on that one at all. It was trying to be more gestury, and being more gestury literally made shit worse. Now, if I... Okay, so I turn that off. I make a new layer. Come down here to finished. If I take a layer 7 and I just drag it up to finished, does it end up at the bottom? It does. All right, and it just kind of disappears. Perfect. I like that. That is a good workflow right there. I should be doing that here too. I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to create a folder and insert layer. I'm going to say thumbnails. Pull one in there. They're 20. They're all already in there. I'm going to turn these on. We're going to turn the folder off. We're going to move the folder up there. We're going to close it. So we're going to go with layer 21. Okay. All right. We're going to try this. Okay. So we're now on pose 7. Okay, this one's fucking weird, but I like weird. So let's start from the center right here, and there's this dramatic bend right there. And over here you can see that over here we've got this kind of stretching going on, and over here we've got this little kind of bowing out. This comes out at a sharp, almost painful looking angle. That comes all the way up and then down to the side, over, comes over. And these are supposed to be unclothed. I'm supposed to be ignoring the clothing, which I haven't been doing so far. That, and then there's this dramatic, it's almost horizontal arm. It comes over here, and here's the thumb. The fingers wrap around leg. So just going to kind of represent this, and then that here and up and around, and it looks kind of tortuous. Drawing where I can't see because see here the 3 fingers work almost as a unit. I've done a bad job on that. And that's about the pose right there. So let's blue scale it and transform it. Okay. Gotta turn on the pose reference. Now we transform. All right. Drag you over here. Let's put the bottom corner where the bottom corner goes. Top corner where the top corner goes. And let's see what we got. Not great. All right. Now we take that and we drag it up to thumb. So drop it in. Drop down pose reference. New layer. Turn off that layer. Take layer 8 and we drop it in finished. Now we've got layer 9. Okay, so I get tired of these. I just really get tired of these. I don't want to do them. Back to the appropriate layer. Let's do kind of the sweep. This sweeps up. This sweeps almost perfectly horizontally. This comes up like so. Here's the arm and the elbow should actually be this. We've kind of got this concave chest thing going on. Here's the abs, and here's this one leg down and supporting. Hardly any do on the knee. This leg is actually supposed to be farther down. So I don't like that. I don't think that's a very good job. Here's the face here. Can't see the back arm at all, so okay. Do not like this. I do not think I did a good job. Foot in place, the head in place. We'll put his foot where his foot belongs and his head where his head belongs. Then things should be like where they belong. If we scroll in, we can see I did not do a great. All right, so new layer. Back out. Layer 9 goes into finished. And now we got layer 10. Okay, we've got this attitudinous Asian chick. Attitudinous Asian chick. Here we go. The torso is the core of everything. If you get the torso right, she's got this kind of, here's the general profile of it. Got an arm down around here, arm up here, elbows down around the hip. Got her arm out like so. There's the thumb there. Okay, and this, once again, we have this kind of sweeping hip shape. This should be there up like so. Here comes around, we got back to the elbow here, up to the shoulder here. She's got her side so a little higher up because I have a tendency to forget that people have necks, which are sort of important. And there's the hair, this twin tail thing going on. And that hand should really be up further. I have extended things and I have made them entirely out of proportion, but Control T. Go, there you are there. Front foot in place. Man, I've done a fairly awful job on that. Okay, now Can't be helped. Layer, drop that in thumbnails, drop that in finished, and now we have a leaping Asian chick in a schoolgirl uniform. I mean, you could see the kind of thing that I enjoy here. I'm trying to go with much more dynamic poses because I like that. I like the kind of action pose, the dynamic look and feel. So let's get this started again. Begin with the torso. We've got the torsos coming down here. There's the cover information there, and we've got edge of the torso. She's kind of bending over here. There's a bit of a twist going on, and the arm is coming out this direction. Face is looking down along the arm. Let's get the center line of the face. Identify that. We've got the hair is flying in that direction. And behind that, this shoulder comes back. Got arm going far back. Behind here, like so. Then we've got right here, we have leg coming down. There's kind of this exaggerated look. Interlace the joint to the advancing member, and here we've got this leg is drawn up. You can see here that presses up against the thigh and deforms it. You can see the little line there. Okay, so there's that. And we'll go on our pose reference, Control T. I'm not using the tour box as much as I could on this. Front foot where it goes, and we put the front foot where it goes. The head doesn't fit where it goes. Let's put the head where it goes and leave the front foot off to the side. Okay, so that's 10 of the 15. I am 2/3 of the way done. Not happy with this. New layer. Drop that in the thumbnails. Turn off the pose reference. Pull 11 up into finished. And we've got chick swinging on a swing. That's not even a swing, that's just a rope. That is just a straight up rope. Okay, so I don't like doing these. I don't know why I don't like doing these. I just don't. This is one of the values of going to art school is you go to a class and they say, do this. You go, I don't want to. And they go, well, do it anyway. You fail the class. And you're like, well, fuck, I guess I better do the shit. Because it's like, I do the shit and it's helpful and it's meaningful and it teaches me various shit that I need to do. Like, I need to learn this shit, okay? It's important. I see the value. I see the point. I understand. I just do not like doing it. There's the foot there and there, and the leg. leg there, leg there. And this is kind of, wow, really kind of screwed everything up on this. Just don't feel I'm very good at this stuff. That's why I should be doing this, because I'm not good at it. You should do the thing you're not good at so you get good at it. She's got her head kind of crunched in, and like most people, while her body is off on some weird angle, she rotates her head to keep her face straight on with the world around her. And that's fairly common. That's an important aspect of things. Just like when you're turning to look at something, the first thing that turns is your eyes. You move your eyes in the direction of the thing you're looking at, then you move your head, and then your shoulders, and then the rest of your body comes with it. It kind of cascades downward. That's your natural tendency when you are moving. So if you're an animator, that becomes very important. But if you're not an animator, it's just a useful thing to remember about how to portray people in motion. Okay, that's about right. Drag that into the thumbnails, and we're going to come down here, create a layer, and we're going to turn off the pose reference, and we're going to drag that layer into finish. And now we're on this guy who is kind of vaulting over something. It's the last four. It's the last four. I have trouble getting through these things, but we're on the last four. It's not that difficult. It's not that deep. It's not that hard. I can do this. Show up, do your shit. That's what you got to do. Here's his kind of. This is the edge of the pec. This is interesting formation of the clavicle and the pecs there. That looks really, really thin. Right there. The way that looks, the perspective, and that just looks like it comes really rapidly up and out. Here's torso. The torso is important. Leg. Here's this. Should really be much beefier right there. There again, we've got interlacing of the joint to the advancing member. You can really see that kind of diamond formation of the leg muscles. Okay, and there's that. Then we've got this kind of swoop down and up. That comes up fairly dramatically there. And then here's the... Man, this just really doesn't look natural. I don't think I would ever actually portray this as a pose of a character I was trying to portray. It just doesn't look. God damn it. I did that whole thing on the wrong layer. on the layer with the photo because I'm a dumbass. But holy shit, what a powerful undo feature we have with Clip Studio Paint. Actually, let's take this all the way back forward. And we'll select it, copy it, and now we'll undo all this shit. Man, what a powerful undo buffer. I guess that's all you get. That's okay. Scroll up to the appropriate layer and Control D, Control V. All right, there we go. And now we just kind of just jump back in and we go, yeah, let's finish up that. But now we blew it. And turn on the pose reference. Down, that down. Hand where it goes. See where that ends up. Okay, you know, these are really not all that bad. Not, I'm not thoroughly disgusted with all of these. Okay, so we're in the last three. All right, so here's the flow of this. Is this sort of got his head up? See here, the neck sweeps down. Here's the ear. There's the shoulder. Shoulders coming out. Arms coming out. And this is sort of, there's a sweep upward here, so he's hands sort of out in this direction. That's not a very good job, but we've got this powerful bend in the back right there. Here's the leg, round, down, over. Yeah, there we go up there, and here's this leg here, which cuts over to the side. And we've got this steep, powerful bend here. Can't even see the other leg. It's just, or the other arm. It's just. All right. There's that. Colorize it. Turn on the POV reference, Control T. Whip. Drag it down to size. Put where it belongs, put the head where it belongs. Man, I was trying to make this really dramatic, and I still did not make it as dramatic as the photo. Okay, last two. Goes up thumbnails. Close reference goes off. New raster layer. Okay. Two more, just two more. There's just two more. God, it's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes of work, and God, the resistance to it. I just don't like it. Am I on the right layer? I am on the right layer. Okay, so start with the line of the get that foot in there, and that leg goes back dramatically. It's over, and then we've got the other leg over here. It's kind of squared off. It comes back over. We can kind of infer formation. The bust line. Arm up here, and shortening is fairly dramatic on this. Not that dramatic. Bit more of a curve in that. Blew it. Pose reference, Control T. Okay. Foot in the right place. Head in the right place. Try to center it up. There we go. Those are my thumbnails. That goes in finished. Pose reference off. Now the final dramatic Asian chick. Last one. I just got to do this last one. I don't enjoy doing this. I've never enjoyed doing this. Let's do this last one. Just as I am finishing my beer, that's perfect. Okay, so start from the torso. Torso sweeps up like so. I'm really going for the underlying structure of the body so that the clothing isn't getting in the way as I'm working from reference. This girl's got very, very skinny legs. And we got an arm coming down here to splay out a leg. She's got her head down and forward. Round face. The head there. Got a Coming down the back. Shoulder coming over to the side. Down. Again. Side there. There's that. And then we've got this. Ponytail thing coming down. There's the central line of the face. Do not like this exercise, but I am done. That's it. It's the last one. What am I doing in terms of getting the face where it goes? There we go. That's about as good as it gets. All right. It's done. Now we come over here and we jump onto this one. We go, yeah. It's first let's visible and then down. That's done. We can pull those out of the folder. We can delete the folder. And can name that layer thumbnails. Okay, so that part's done. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. I've done my 15 fucking 2 to 3 minute pose reference bullshit. That goes into finished. And now everything in finished can actually come out of finished and go back into poses. The finished folder can just be deleted. Okay. Those are done. The next thing I need to worry about, I need to do the faces. These are the face references. Obviously, I'm doing Huang Le because I'm an unrelenting simp. But these are all like different angles on the face, and the idea here is to try and get the features in the right place and kind of not do a terrible job on this. I anticipate doing a terrible job on this. I don't expect to do a good job, but I'm going to do the job that I can do. It's all I can be expected to do, really. Yes, go ahead and save over file that I'm already doing. Yes. Okay, so that's finished. That's the hard part. That's the hard part of doing this stuff. Then the next thing is just I do the face things, which I'm going to be doing later on today, and then from that point on, it is all a matter of it's one character design. That's all it is. It's one character design over the course of 4 days. So yeah, I'm gonna spend a bunch of time on that, and now I gotta go. Actually, I need to get a screenshot of my progress that I can throw up onto Subscribestar and demonstrate the shit is actually getting done. Pose reference, the thumbnails, turn off the reference folder, and say, okay, here we go. This is the progress picture, and I'll take that over to Subscribestar, and I'll get that posted. and that'll be that. And then I'm done for the morning, and I have face stuff to do in the afternoon. But for the moment, that is that. So, okay, bye. And, well, thanks for sticking around for the whole goddamn hour. So, do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And okay, bye.